one, this has already happened. Well, no, this happened like just yesterday or today. Was it today? It was today.
I think it was today.
Today.
It was a yesterday rumor. It was a hardcore today.
Yes.
Here's where we're at.
Florida gets a new coach very quickly. Very quickly. Look, we have another segment with another coach that's going to happen here in a little bit. Billy Napier. Yeah, like, look, I mean, okay. To me, it seems kind of fast, right? Like it's like a breakup. Like, how quick do you move on? And you have to move fast because the recruiting time starts now. So I get it, but it makes me want to believe it's like, were you seeing him on the side? Because of how quickly this went down. Were you talking before we broke up, kind of thing? Like, was this happening before Dan kind of hit the wagon? I'm sure it did. It had to have. How quickly it happened.
We were all so surprised by the way that the Dan thing happened.
It was quiet.
There's no possible way these conversations were happening.
Sure.
You don't make that move with the LSUs, the USCs.
That's a good one.
With a couple of the other big name schools. You don't make the Dan move unless
if you don't have fair
with those
fair.
other schools out
well
there.
Said. Well said. Now, look, I don't want to talk about Dan so last week. I want to talk about what's ahead. Exactly. I want to talk about who we got, this Billy guy, right? Like, I'm not too caught up. I'm sure you know a little bit more than me. So I had to do some digging, do some research to figure out what's going on with this guy. Okay?
Look, this kid has worked for
this is a grown man,
every
Steven.
Big name that you ever want somebody to work for. He's worked for Saban. He's worked for Dabo.
Okay.
I mean, in the last 3 years, this guy has turned down, from what we can tell, because some of these schools will never be honest about what their school searches are with head coaches. But from what we can gather, Billy Napier has turned down offers from Auburn, Mississippi State, South Carolina, and Baylor in just the last 3 years. The guy said no. And he's worked for Saban. He's worked for Dabo. And, Dabo and Saban obviously worked for one another. It seems like he knows so much about college football from his
guidance. Yeah. So here, I like hearing that. I like that he's turned down 3. And here's why. For someone like my personality, I'm always like, I want to hit the next challenge, whether I'm ready or not. Right? Like, I want more. And it's almost like he's like, look, I'm going to make sure when I say yes, I'm prepared and I'm ready. And somebody like that with mentality is stupid dangerous.
Yeah, I know. It's not like he's been sitting at a place like, I don't know, like a Washington State, or he's not been sitting at a major college. He's been
not doing well. He's 32.
The Raging Cajuns.
He's 32-5. Yeah, he's 32-5 in his last 3 years. He's taken to them a championship, a bowl game, right? So it's not like he's just kind of like lingering around either. He's, hey, I'm going to dominate here. I'm going to own this before I go and I make that next step. And that's dangerous. I like that formula. Okay. So number one, that's the first thing. The second thing is he's an excellent recruiter. Now, that's kind of what I'm reading here in the article. I think a lot of that's
the biggest part. I think of everything, and I'm going to let you go, but
go ahead.
That's, I think, the biggest part of this, because Mullen was not a good recruiter, and he even made comments like, "This isn't recruiting season."
He was a recruiter for Clemson and Bama, and you see how those two teams, yeah. So a guy knows what he's doing, and again, that was going to be my thing. Like, hey, can it transition? Well, he did it at these big schools, so he knows what he's doing. He knows how to talk to these guys. And look, this is a funny little thing, but I think this has a lot to do with it. And we talked about this with the Mullen. What I hated about Mullen was his soft approach on things, right? His just kind of lackluster, right? There's an interview where he goes, "Scared money don't make money." And that is going to, I promise you, it is going to take off. It's going to be on T-shirts. It's going to be everywhere come Florida time. It's going to be like the big cock jock or the jock pearls for the Braves. It's going to be a movement that happens because that's what we do down here in the South. We love those little catchphrases. We love anything we can grab onto and feel a part of. And when you say, hey, second money don't make money, it's like, look, I'm here to, or scared money don't make money. I'm here to take some chances. I'm here to go after it. And I think his mentality, what he's going to bring to the field, I like it. I like that kind of that grit mentality. Like, hey, we're here to fuck shit up.
Now, on the other side of the spectrum, and here's one of the things that I will say that Florida needs to be a little bit concerned about is this is now your fourth coach
Sure.
in what, 7 years?
Yeah, I was gonna say 10 just to be safe. Because
Yeah,
we've had
so
it's been
Muschamp, you
McElwain,
had McElwain, you had
Dan,
Dan, and
and
then you
now
had this guy. And look, Florida football does not have patience.
that's what I'm
And
concerned about. We say this all the time. That's my worry. That is my so look. I think because McElwain was kind of the same way coming in from Colorado. I remember when he came in, this guy was a winner. He had the same. He was under. I believe he kind of followed along. Maybe he wasn't Saban, but he was behind some big coaches. He kind of grew up. He was nurtured. Right now, I don't think he had the same winning history in Colorado as Napier does in Louisiana. Right, and probably the teams he's played are a little bit different too. Right, but there's a lot of I'm smelling a lot of the same person, so that kind of it gives me a little bit of scared vibes. I feel like Muschamp, I don't remember, that was a little bit younger. I don't remember that one too much. I liked his energy. That's about all I remember. Mullen, to me, I felt like that was our Lord and Savior because he not only did he have.
See, that was the thing. With the Mullen hire, I mean, from what I can gather, Mullen was like your third option because you went after Chip Kelly, who ended up in UCLA.
UCLA, yeah.
You went after Scott Frost, who was at UCF
Nebraska,
at the time.
who's in Nebraska,
Who ended up
which
in
we'll get
Nebraska.
to.
That's where he played football. So, okay, we get that. And I don't know. There's one more, but I mean, I think you guys ended up with Dan Mullen. And
Okay.
look, Dan's personality is weird. The
Yeah.
guy's a weird
He's
dude.
look. We kept saying it. I can't put a fucking pulse on it, but I've been saying it for the last few episodes.
And when he was the offensive coordinator under Urban, his wife came out like publicly and said, "I can't stand Gainesville. She didn't want to be there. She hated it there." This is when she was just the offensive coordinator's wife.
Yeah.
And then when he gets hired as the head coach, she's all of a sudden just kissing everybody.
So I have some insider information about Danny. I heard some talks that this could be a complete shot in the dark. But all I'm saying is, don't be surprised if the guy ends up in Jacksonville as a quarterback coach.
Oh, I could see that in a heartbeat.
Yeah, he's coming. Hey,
that in a heartbeat. Dan Mullen and Urban Meyer have been
two
married
peas in a
for
pod.
very, very long time.
He's going to come up here. He's going to get paid more money, less stress, and get to do what he's good at. Gets to coach young.
Be in front of the camera, which I think for Dan Mullen is great for Dan Mullen.
Oh yeah,
he's
that guy's
not a camera guy. He's not he doesn't. His mindset might be where it needs to be, and his game plan might be where it needs to be. But I don't think he can explain it.
Yeah, I just don't think he has the it factor to be a head coach, right? So you can have the brain, you can have the knowledge, but I think once you get that high up in leadership, it takes a certain type of just personality, and he ain't got it. He ain't got it. I mean,
it worked well in Mississippi State. But
sure.
I mean, that's not even. You're not even talking about. You're not even the head coach at Ole Miss. You're the head coach at Mississippi State.
Yeah.
You know, in a city or in a state that doesn't have
low expectations,
publicity, right?
Yeah.
Like you're just not getting. You're not getting put in front of just rapid fire at Mississippi State. You might make him good, which he did with the likes of Dak Prescott and I think he put a pretty predominant wide receiver in the league, but I can't remember. But that being said, like you can function well on those platforms.
Sure.
He got in front of Florida's media, and let's be honest, the media.
He was
Gainesville, right?
He was Gator bait.
Yes. Yeah, he did not handle that pressure well. He did not like the spotlight. He is now Gator bait.
Sure. It was rough. Well, look, I'm excited. I mean, it's always exciting when you get a new Christmas present.
Now let me ask you this. I mean, you're a Florida guy.
Yeah.
Napier.
Yeah.
I mean, he's got a good background. He comes from a lineage, but he's never been in front of any type of.
That's my concern. That's what I was trying to say with the McElwain. I don't know. right? But again, the expectations, dude, at this point, man, there was talks about Deion Sanders, there was talks about Tim Tebow, and to be perfectly honest with you, I would take Billy Napier over any of those guys. Deion will be too much of a media frenzy. I don't think he's going to do a good job. Tebow, what the hell? That's just like, hey, let's just hope it sticks. This to me is a very conservative move. Like, look, we're still trying to move in the right direction.
Tebow would probably be the best recruiter in the history. That's
why they said he'd be great because of that. So maybe bring him on. I don't know. Find the guy a job. Clearly, everyone's always worried about Tebow working. I don't know, but look. It's hard for me to say I like it. I'm excited about it. It's fresh. It's new. It's a reset. Where we were headed was not a good direction with Dan. This year really I was kind of sold out on Dan. I've been saying it from the beginning of the year, and I even said it in the years previous. I like the guy, but he just didn't give me the vibes that I was hoping for as a head coach, and I'm ready to move on. So.
Yeah. Hey, look, congratulations on the new coach. I think Napier, look, he's been vetted so many times by high-level teams, by Division I teams that are in Power 5 conferences. He's said no before, so
look, that says a lot.
I think he was waiting for the right offer, and I think you guys got it right. It's not a wow hire, it's not a splash hire.
No, but I think it's a conservative move.
Yep. Yeah, it'll be a good move for the university. You just got to be patient.
I'm ready. I'm cool. I'm cool with chilling. I'm cool with building a dynasty. It's going to take time. I'm a Braves fan. I have patience. Trust me.